You are listening to the Slowly Dying Podcast with Bekah.
Check yourself. Check. Week after I cried at the bowling alley.
And Bronte.
Oh my god, what have I done?
What do you mean? I haven't heard from you in months. We talk about everything and anything.
I could tell she was frustrated just by how she was throwing the...
I'm the only one who does it the best.
And turn in every Monday for a brand new episode.
I did not know though.
What? Like, you were freaking out.
Let's get it poppin'.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey guys, what's poppin'? It's Bekah. I am back on the mic, but this time without Bronte. Some things came up this week and we couldn't get an episode done and put together in time. But we will talk about that at another time, and our episodes will resume next Monday. But in the meantime, I just wanted to drop some rants because it's been a minute. Okay, it's been a minute. But I wanted to talk about how to be tough, and I'm not talking I'm not talking physically, I'm talking more like mentally, because, I mean, if you want to get tough physically, I mean, go to the gym and lift weights, you know what I mean? Like, I can't be helping you guys out with that. But, yeah, and by the way, if you hear my son, he's splashing dinosaurs water. He has, like, water, and he's playing with his dinosaur, so it is what it is, guys. I'm a single mom, and I gotta do what I gotta do, and that's just what it is. But I just wanted to start this rant off because I wasn't always a tough person. I also didn't have a big personality like I do now. I mean, I'm not mean. I can be really mean. I actually can be really nasty if you hit me the wrong way. You know what I mean? Because I'll argue back, but I wasn't always like this. I was actually very shy, especially like back in middle school, and I felt like I was a pushover. Like, people would like kind of make fun of me. I didn't have like too many friends. I had a couple, which we're still friends today, so that's cool. But definitely, if I compare myself from like right now to like back in the day, like middle school, I have grown a lot, and I definitely don't let people walk all over me. And I think one big thing about how to toughen up is going through pain. And I know I mentioned this in my last rant. Pain changes people. Pain makes you grow as a person, and definitely it is a bitch, okay? It's not easy. Pain is not easy. Change is not easy, but that's how you grow. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants that, but without that, you're not going to grow as a person. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's like, oh, I had this perfect life for 80 years and I've had no trouble, like no problems. It just doesn't happen, you know? So I think that's the number one thing, is how to toughen up. You go through experiences and you learn from them and you toughen up, because you can only be picked on so much and beat down so much and taken advantage so much and lied to so much until you're going to snap, you know, like, it's just, I've seen it with people, like, you know how, like, these people are, like, so nice, and there's nothing wrong with being nice. I'm nice, too, but as long as you're nice back, like, I treat you how you treat me, and I'm not perfect at all. I make mistakes all the time. You know, I say I'm sorry when I need to say sorry, but you guys know, like, that sweet little girl or sweet little boy or, like, whatever, and then all of a sudden he snaps because he's been poked on so many times. That's what I'm talking about. But, you know. And honestly, sometimes being tough is the only choice that you have, because you ran out of choices. You tried to be nice. You tried to not talk to the person. You know, you've tried to, I don't know, do counseling. You exhausted all of your options. Now you got to be tough, you know, and I think that's kind of how you learn to be tough. But, and I think another big thing is heartbreaks. You know what I mean? Especially, like, not to bring my ex, and I'm not going to tell you what ex it is. It's actually kind of both of them. But, you know, I think their personalities, they were really tough as people, and they were very, like, outspoken, and I guess they didn't really care about what other people think, and I think that kind of shaped me too, because I think I was always tough inside. I just needed to bring it out a little bit, you know, like, really had to bring it out. So I think my exes had a influence on that, so I just wanted to point that out. And plus, getting my heart broke over and over and over, I mean, I think that kind of made my heart a little hard, and I'm slowly, like, trying to make it soft again, if that makes any sense to you guys. So, and I think when you're tough, people are jealous of when you're tough as a person, because most people want to be like, you know, I don't know, if your friend lies to you, or you go to the grocery store and like somebody cuts you off. And I'm not saying like go full force being ignorant. I'm just saying like, hey, like you just butted in me in line. I don't appreciate that. Like explaining your feelings. Because honestly, being tough, like I said, has nothing to do with physically. Being tough means that you're putting your emotions and your feelings, and you're letting everybody else know that so they cannot cross the line. That's all it is. And once you realize that, it goes smooth sailing. Trust me. Just make sure that you're coming at it at a good place, and you're not just being, like I said, rude and ignorant. Like if you're honestly being like, hey, I don't want to be walked on, there's nothing wrong with that. And if people call you crazy, play your role, sweetheart. Play your role. That's exactly what I do. But my friends know if I start acting crazy, or like if I start being rude to somebody, they probably deserved it, because they probably poked at me too many times, and then I bite back. You know what I mean? And I don't think a lot of people realize this. Only like probably like 5% of the population will actually bite back. Like when you stand up for yourself, even if you think that this person's like a bully, or like somebody who's like, you know, everyone's afraid of, when you actually confront them and be like, hey bro, like what's your problem? Then they'll be like, oh wow, like I'm not as tough as I thought I was. And they usually don't say anything back. But that's just my experience, you know what I'm saying? Just don't let people walk all over you. And I think another thing that I wanted to point out about being tough is you have to respect yourself so other people can respect you. And I think that's just a big one, you know, because nobody's going to respect you if you don't respect yourself. You have to stand your ground as a person. And if you want to do something, you do it. You know what I mean? Like, if you ain't got kids, it's all about you. When you got kids, it's different. It's about them. But if you don't got kids and you're just doing you and you put yourself first, nothing wrong with that. You need to know what you want in life. And I just wanted to wrap up with this thought is, you know, I have a son. You guys know his name's Willie, and he's 5 years old. But I don't want him to see his mom as a pushover. Trust and believe I'll beat his butt. You know what I mean? Like, he is a good kid. I get compliments all the time. Like, oh my God, your son has like such good manners. I mean, he's not perfect. And best believe if he's acting up, like, mommy's going to get after you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want him to think I'm a pushover. And I want to set a good example. And I think kids lead by example. And, yeah, so time to wrap this up, because I think Willie's spilling water in the background. I think I'm going to have to clean it up. But, yeah, I might do a part 2 on this, but I just wanted to give some people hope and let them know you don't have to be born to be tough. Nobody's born to be tough. Everybody's born like a baby. Like, babies aren't tough. You learn to be tough, and you learn to exercise your freedom of speech, and you don't let people walk all over you. Because then once you build that line with people, you honestly feel 10 times better about yourself, and that's where the confidence comes. I mean, it's pretty much like a circle, guys. Once you fix one thing, it's just going to go right around. It's going to come right back. So, but I mean, like I said, don't be ignorant. You don't got to be rude. Sometimes I can get a little crazy, and I know that. You know what I mean? I have to work on sometimes bringing it back down. But for the most part, like I said, you know, it is what it is. But, and like I said, we're going to wrap this up. And I'm probably going to do some more rants for you guys. But this is Bekah, and I'm popping off. Have a good night, guys.
Now, why couldn't I have been on this episode with Bekah? Man, I know it's her rant, but man, I want to be there in person for her rants, you know? Hey guys, it's Bronte, and yes, we could not make an episode this week. Like Bekah said, other things came up, and we will explain those later. Life gets busy, life throws unexpected challenges, but I am here to tell you to go follow us on social media, Slowly Dying RNs on Instagram. Keep listening to our episodes. They drop every Monday at 7, and we cannot say thank you enough. Bekah and I cannot even believe the support and the downloads and everything that we're seeing. And when life gets settled a bit more, we want to up our content, but just bear with us. because more fun things and more fun topics will be talked about. But thank you guys. See you next week.